Hi everybody, it looks like we have a few people on and I've just got a couple of minutes until I can officially start. But I just wanted to say hi for those of you who might be listening right now. Pippa is here with me. We're in Denver, Colorado on a hot and sunny afternoon. Oh, shush, shush, nobody wants to hear that. Okay, the mailman might be. The timing. So here, oh my goodness, so sorry. Here in Denver, Colorado, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon on this beautiful Friday. And so we're gonna get started soon. I apologize about the dog. The pleasures of live streaming from the house. So those of you who are here who can hear my voice, please type into the chat your name and where you're watching from. And also let me know if you've been working from home with kids or barking dogs. You know, it's just such a weird thing for me. I am such a people person, and it's very weird for me to be coaching into this screen where I'm just looking at my own face. So the more interaction that you can give me, the better. Thank you so much. So if you can hear my voice, please let me know in the chat box where you're watching from today, how you're doing. And then we'll get started in just about a minute or so. Oh, hi Aisha from Dallas. Thanks so much for being here. Aisha, are you a yoga download? Who else is here with me today? Please let me know that you're here and listening and where you're watching from. The power of the internet, so weird, so wild, so wonderful. All right, we're gonna get started. So my name's Elise Fabricant. Some of you who are yoga download students might know me from my classes on the site. Hi, Maria. I never see if I get that right. Marla or Maria? My eyesight's going since I'm getting old. Thanks for being here again. Okay, no typing while you're driving. Thanks, Aisha. Be safe, please. Maria, thank you so much. Okay. So it looks like there's about 4 of you here, and I'm actually glad it's a small, intimate group of people. My name, again, is Elise Fabricant. I'm a yoga teacher, massage therapist, and health and wellness coach. I'm based in Denver, Colorado, although I have coaching clients from all over the United States as I work mostly on the phone. And this is my second time doing the live stream coaching for Yoga Download. The first time was 2 weeks ago. In the last 2 weeks, a lot has happened, specifically around the Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matter movement. And you can tell already that just thinking about what's happened has caused me to feel a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to figure out how I can best stand in solidarity with the Black community on this urgent need to end systemic racism and prejudice. And in the last 2 weeks, I've also found myself really stuck, confused, paralyzed, worried that whatever I say is going to offend somebody unwittingly. I have so much to learn about the sociological and political avenues for change. And I'm also realizing within this that I am just not a thought leader. I love working one-on-one with people, but I'm not somebody who has a whole lot to say over social media. And even in my yoga classes, those of you who follow me on Yoga Download, you might notice that theming and philosophy is not really my strong point. It's not my passion so much. So I just wanted to put that out there and admit to you guys that I nearly canceled my coaching session today because I am aware that I have so many blind spots and I'm highly uneducated in really important areas. And I'm also really wary of doing what's known as spiritual bypass here in this session, and then also in my yoga classes, on social media, with friends and family. So mostly, since I was last here over the last couple weeks, I've been pretty quiet. I wonder, anybody else relate to this? Go ahead and type it into the chat. Can you relate to anything that I'm saying here? It's been a big time in our country, in our world. But just because I have been fairly quiet doesn't mean that I'm not being deeply called to take action for massive transformation for the good of all humanity. I've been studying the book White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. I highly recommend it. And also taking Rachel Cargill's online course called Do the Work. Both of them to teach me how to be a better ally, to teach me how to be anti-racist. I am committed to being my best self and taking my best stand for racial justice. This personal inquiry is also helping me to help my coaching clients process through their experiences within this new cultural climate as well. I believe we all have our own superpowers, our own unique strengths and avenues for creating change. Not everybody has to have an online course. Not everybody has to post incredible, inspirational things on social media. And my superpower is on a one-on-one level, on an individual level, one person at a time. So through the transformational coaching method that I use with my clients, I help them overcome fear and doubt, victim mentality, so that they can start to live, especially in this new coronavirus, Black Lives Matter movement time when things are so chaotic. I want my clients to be able to live with freedom and clarity, strength, and take empowered action when they want to. I help them to find their superpowers too. That's my goal. I think we're all being called to act from our highest selves right now, to respond powerfully with courage and steadfastness rather than just react from fear and polarization. And we need to model this. We need to model how to best handle injustice and rage, devastation to each other, our families, our governments, especially to the younger generations who may be watching us right now. So I'm going to get into some coaching stuff real soon. I just want to also acknowledge that no matter how open-minded, how much of a yogi and socially conscious and anti-racist I think I am, I still have these old, learned, hidden biases that I just need to examine every damn day. And it's my responsibility to check myself daily for these stereotypes, prejudice, discrimination. It's been heartening to see how many businesses are taking on this type of self-exploration and hopefully really making systemic and structural changes. And this is also really, really important for the yoga community to do as well. This kind of work takes massive strength, so much humility, a groundedness connected to the ground, and resilience. Tatuksha is the Sanskrit word. Resilience, tatuksha. And there's huge risk right now of becoming utterly exhausted and burnt out. Is anyone else feeling really tired right now? You're welcome to talk to me in the chat. So today, in our coaching session for the next 15 minutes or so, I would like to talk about how to fill your resilience reservoir. We must fill our resilience reservoirs so that we can become better advocates for what we believe in, so that we can take action from that place of grounded courage. How are you all filling your resilience reservoirs right now? Nearly 3 months ago, when the coronavirus pandemic really hit, and then nearly 3 weeks ago, I think it was almost 3 weeks ago, when George Floyd's tragic death started this renewed Black Lives Matter movement, both of those times I found myself glued to my phone, rehashing the news, scrolling into infinity, going down the rabbit holes, and stuck in fight or flight. It almost just felt like an addiction to the chaos, to the drama. I also felt confused and paralyzed, really shaky, and I've been seeing that in a lot of my clients too. It feels pretty awful, and ultimately it's an inefficient waste of our precious energy that needs to go elsewhere. So instead, what feels so much better for myself and what I guide my clients towards is finding steadiness in the midst of the uncertainty. Steadiness, equanimity in the midst of chaos. And this steadiness often, almost always, requires a shift from the head to the heart, from the mind to the body. As yogis, we know that the best way, the easiest way to make this shift is through the breath. So let's just all take a moment to breathe together. Nothing fancy. Just taking a few breaths to be grateful. Grateful for our breath. Unlike George Floyd and so many before him, we have the opportunity to breathe freely. So unless you're driving, go ahead and close your eyes. Place a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart, and start to circulate that breath in and out through the nose. If you're sitting, go ahead and ground both feet, connecting to the root of the earth. When things start to feel overwhelming and chaotic, when you start to feel yourself wrapped up in that fight or flight, or flee or freeze, you can always come back to the breath. It only takes about 2 minutes of deep belly breath to change your nervous system. So let's do a couple more breaths just like this, and then I'm going to teach you a few of my favorite breath techniques, and then a few other things that can help you fill your resilience reservoir. Thank you so much for being here and breathing with me. Now we're going to start to do a counted breath. So to begin, just exhale out all of your air now. This breath will be 2, 4, 2, 6. So exhaling, hold for a count of 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2. So that is a 2, 4, 2, 6 breath. You can do any count that you want to help you calm the nervous system, to up your resilience. But try to make sure that your exhalation is a little bit longer than your inhalation. The other breath that I really love, especially when things feel crazy and chaotic around me, is the alternate nostril breath. So let's practice this one for a moment. With your right hand, fold your first 2 fingers down. Use those last 2 fingers to cross your face and plug up your left nostril. Inhale through the right nostril, big, long, deep breath. Resilience to Tuksha. Plug with the thumb, release the fingers, and exhale slowly through the left. Inhale through the left as you're ready. Nice, long, deep, calming breath. Exhale with the fingers, plug with the fingers and exhale through the right. Now we're inhaling through the right. Plug, exhale through left. Inhale through left. Plug, exhale through right. Let's do one more round of Nadi Shodhana breath. Inhale right. Plug, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug, and exhale right. Good, release your hand and just notice if you feel different. This is a tool for your toolbox to keep you resilient, to keep you grounded, and allow you to take more empowered action during this time. Another tool is the four-part thought work process that we did in this coaching session last time. So just as a reminder for those of you who are here, and maybe it's fresh and new for those of you who aren't, last week we talked about identifying the current emotion that we might be having. So for example, when I feel so overwhelmed and kind of paralyzed with what's going on in the world, then the next step number 2, is to identify the thought that's creating that emotion. So my thought might be, the world is screwed, there's nothing I can do. Now, in order to create a different emotion, because I don't like that feeling of being overwhelmed and paralyzed, and it's not very helpful for anyone, I'm going to choose a new thought that's accessible, believable, and true. So instead of thinking the world is screwed and there's nothing I can do, I can pinpoint one thing I can do right now. Oh, look, I know the number of my representative. I'm going to give them a call and tell them what is important to me. When I have that new thought, then I create a new emotion in my body. And I can tune in when I have the thought of there is this one thing I can do, I have so much more of an emotion of peace and relief. So there's another tool for you to fill your resilience reservoir today. Let's see, how much more time do we have? There's a lot more to say. Another thing, just very briefly, this is stuff I go into way more in my coaching programs, is to learn about the brain and the way that the brain works. And we actually have these 3 brains: the prefrontal cortex, which is the highest cognition, the reasoning self, the middle brain, which is all about emotions, and then the back brain. Some people call this the reptilian brain. I like to call it the critter brain. Now, often the front of the brain and the back of the brain are playing tug of war with each other. My frontal brain might say, I believe in this cause and I'm going to go down and do this protest, let's say. The back of the brain is like, oh no, you're so safe and cozy at home. That sounds too scary. The back of the brain, the critter brain's job is to keep you safe and comfortable and belonging. So just knowing that the critter brain may start to speak up and maybe throw a little tantrum when you start to evolve can help you so much. Now, we never want to chastise or condemn the critter brain, but instead we want to listen to it, acknowledge it, thank it, and say, hey, I don't actually need you right now. So critter brain, I know you're just trying to keep me safe and sound and comfy, but I'm actually just fine. I'm going to be safe. This is what I care about, and this is what I'm going to do. We'll see you later. So that's one way to work with your brain to create more resiliency. Another thing that I highly, highly recommend at this point in our lives, in this global pandemic, and during this time of major shift in terms of social structure, is to take time every day